Alright guys, Shepherdess at Harmony Farms, and we are navigating through the rainy season in Upper East Texas. I'd have to say that this particular season for Upper East Texas, the rain season, the wet season, is probably similar to winter or the challenges that come with excess snow and so forth. It gets so muddy and so wet. And then the storm system that rolled through last night was actually threatening some tornado activity. As you see, the tree back there was pretty much entirely blown over by the wind. So last night I had the opportunity to move the flock to the covered shed. I didn't do it because I thought, oh no, it's fine. It's gonna be an hour or two of rain, and the radar was showing that it was gonna just skim us a bit, but it was pretty intense 2 hours. Most of the flock would do fine. The adult ewes would do just fine, you know, unless we had a tree fall over in the paddock. And then the lambs are getting to a place to where they're real hardy, they're really chunky, and I'm not as nervous about them. But it's that new lamb that was born just 3 days ago that was, when I heard that storm going on outside, I was so nervous. So anyhow, that lasted from about 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. or 1, and then it calmed down, and I came out here this morning to check on them. They were still alive. There's so much that can happen in your mind with respect to imagined demise that by the time I'm out here, I pretty much expect to see a paddock full of dead sheep. Got to get my mind under control in that respect. But everybody's alive and accounted for, and we are continuing to move through the rainy season in Upper East Texas. Now, I do not deal with such problems as far as soil compaction and the mud issue because I'm working with sheep. And sheep are smaller animals, and their impact is not as devastating on the ground when you have this much water. But my friend Carl Abel is just up the road, and mud management is a season of its own for him on his ranch. And he gave me a really good bit of information. He said in the rotational grazing circle there is an emphasis on high density and short duration. And he said, when I am managing my animals during mud season, that particular system would destroy my pastures. He said, so if you're living in an area with high rainfall, you need to kind of adjust your paddock sizes and your stocking density during these extremely muddy times in order to keep your pastures from turning into lakes, essentially. So I thought that was really good information, because all that I had heard in the rotational grazing, I heard the most beneficial system is high density, short duration. But it made a lot of sense when I heard him say that, looking at what we have here, looking at the moisture and the water on the ground, and understanding that that particular system in this season would cause a lot of damage to the pastures. So I wanted to pass that along because it really resonated with me. I'm gonna check on the flock here. Here, back here is little Tiny. He's doing so good. Alright, so I'm gonna get these guys moved over for the day to some fresh ground. I'm gonna get the new one set up and call them over. That never ever gets old. Moving them out to fresh pasture, seeing them run. I'm kind of a glutton for punishment in the rotational grazing sheep thing because I keep using one strand even though they jump it. So I will alternate netting, 3 strands, 1 strand. But when I put that poultry netting up, so far the containment's been at 100%. When I know there's gonna be people who say, you probably should just train your animals better or get a hotter charger. And you probably are right. But what I'm finding more and more is that this particular animal is smart. And at each different level of the game, you just have to figure out how to be smarter. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's just a matter of herding them back to where they need to go. Alright guys, rule of the range number 1 is always have a bungee cord on hand. Either I like to keep it on my belt loop, or if it's long enough, I like to wear it as a fashionable choker necklace. But these bungee cords, I do not ever want to find myself without one. I use them to hook my reels to the fence lines. So the barbed wire fence line, I will just hook it using the bungee cord. Never leave home without one. So in all, as the seasons shift, every single one of them has a unique challenge. It's like I kind of was naive and thought, you know, oh, let's just get past summer heat and then my troubles will be over and I won't have to worry about shade structure or heat stroke anymore. And then summer heat was over and fall came, and fall was a bit of a reprieve, but then winter came and I had the challenge of figuring out how to supplement, what to supplement, when to supplement, making sure their forage requirements were adjusted to for the winter and their paddock sizes were appropriate given the difference in forage quality. And then I was just like, okay, let's get through winter and it'll be great and spring will be here and my troubles will be over. And then spring comes and, you know, you've got rain, you've got thunderstorms, you've got crazy weather. It's a good reminder, and I want to just put this on record for myself, that every season has a unique set of challenges and I can't keep looking to the next season for relief. I really just need to work out solutions for the current seasons and work and understand, like my mom said the other day, she said there's not going to be one set of solutions. She said every day might be a combination of different solutions to meet the problems, and I thought that was so good. And it kind of relieved me because I am the kind of person that I want one solution and I want to hit that solution hard and I want it to work and I want to be able to move forward, you know, with no problems because I've got that solution. But that was a really important reminder for me. In this particular work, and probably in whatever work you tackle, the solution is not one thing. In fact, every day it will be a variable combination of things to get you to the next day.